Hey, make sure the fucking laptop's still plugged in, and the mixer's still plugged in, because the laptop is not plugged in. Cam's kicking shit and fucking.
Don't let her out. He's gonna let her out.
Hidalgos, cocaína, and cantina.
Where'd that come from?
Hidalgos, obviously.
Goddamn ass.
Dumbass.
I knew as soon as I was like, don't say Hidalgos.
Don't say Hidalgos.
He came.
You haven't killed her yet, so I'm surprised there.
Doing something, right? Okay, should be golden. Wake that camera up one more time.
What do you got there?
Those vape batteries must be able to...
Vape batteries. Do you remember where you got that vape, Cam?
I don't.
I gave it to you.
Because you stole it.
No, somebody left it at the bar. This guy, okay.
I've heard the story.
This
Still
guy
doesn't mean you didn't steal it.
This guy was super fucking drunk at the bar, right? And he was like swaying next to me. He's like, "All right, I'm ready to tab out." And he like hands this guy like a $300 bar tab. And he's like, gets his wallet. And he's like, "I don't have any money," and just fucking walks out and leaves his vape on the table. So I was like,
he's a dick. He deserved that.
And I gave it to Cam because Cam needed a new vape.
You didn't pay for his fucking tab.
$300.
So that guy got what he got. I think. So I'm gonna say that.
Well, he just left it on the bar. Like, I waited like 15, 20 minutes.
just then, that is mine now. Oh. Yeah, but you don't vape anymore. Kind of the explosion, right?
Yeah, I never had a cigarette explode in my face, so I just went back to those.
That's fair.
What's up, guys? Another episode of Beside the Point.
That would look way better had you thought about it.
Yeah, maybe.
You committed to it before you gave the letters any thought.
Episode 15.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Welcome.
That's 3 5s.
Come on.
We could all do that. 5?
Yeah. Beside the Point 15.
I like that. That's good.
Thanks. And Cam's over there on the audio.
Cam's
Kyler.
middle finger.
Zach. Eric. Cam's on the audio. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
I'm fantastic.
It's winter time, as you can tell. Kyler's got his beanie. I've got my hot cocoa.
I'm gonna wear a beanie though
with
until
Bailey's.
like early May. Like I'll beat a beanie to death for the rest of the
Make sure number 4 is turned up because I was turning it. I was turning it.
You're not talking to anybody, Cam.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Mic number 4 is not on.
Well, no. When you're not talking into it, turn it off so it doesn't pick up background noise.
There you go, bud.
Should have waited to the end and be like, hey, Campbell, you weren't in any of that.
Man.
The one with the 4 above it. Oh, my God.
Come on, bud. You're better than this.
When do I do?
There, right there. You're on there.
Yeah.
The white one?
You're off against the bottom. This is the volume knob.
That's what we have running audio, ladies and gentlemen.
This is our...
Yeah, I need to.
And you got to talk into the face of the mic,
I'm
not
talking to the face of the mic.
to the top of the mic.
You can have Cam at this table and he won't talk into the face of the mic.
That's true.
It's kind of his thing.
You could glue the mic to my face and I'd
Still find a way to
Can we do that? Can we
still
glue
find
the
a way
mic
to talk out
to
the side of his
face?
mouth.
duct tape it so it's hanging down in front of me.
Just wrap it around your face.
Ooh. The Bailey's adds a nice spice to this.
Oh man, it's delicious.
Yeah, it does. It's good. Bailey's is just a shit in any scenario.
It is.
YouTube viewers out there, if you are 21, I won't condone underage drinking. Never done it before.
I've also never
Swiss
drank
Miss,
underage. Milk and Bailey's.
Oh, Swiss Miss shout out.
Woo! Sponsored by.
Sponsored by Bailey's and Swiss
and
Miss.
Hidalgos.
And Hidalgos, Mexican cuisine. Cocaína and cantina is what it says.
It does not say cocaine.
Cocina.
Cocina. Whatever. Potato, same thing.
If you want some good cocaine,
Yeah.
hit up Hidalgos.
To be fair, I wouldn't count it
Like
out.
maybe you would.
I'm sure there's probably somebody
I
in
was
the
like,
back that can get you
it's
some
a kitchen.
cocaine.
Still delicious, all the way.
Cocaina.
Well,
It's kitchen.
we've got some kind of some departure news. And departure news because I kind of want to talk on not only Colin Moriarty, which your boy calling him.
He's not
Dead.
He's not dead.
Rest
He's
in
still the
peace.
homie. Yeah. That wasn't a rest in peace thing. That was just the homie thing. Calling him. So he, as we know from Kind of Funny.
If you don't,
If you don't know.
Yeah. Kind of Funny.
a much bigger operation than we are.
Which
Just a
single-handedly at least inspired me to start doing this.
Absolutely, it was on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
We kind of just went to their list of like audio equipment stuff they had online, just kind of mimicked their setup. So, but
it's coming right back.
I didn't move the chair.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I would. Well, Kind of funny didn't, but Colin and Greg did. I've been listening to them. For
Yeah. So Colin Moriarty leaves Kind of Funny.
Yeah.
To
over some political bullshit.
Yeah. He tweeted. He tweeted something on what was it? What was
It was
the holiday?
National Women's Day,
Yeah.
and like a bunch of women took the day
yeah.
off, and so he was like, "Finally, some peace and quiet at work."
Yeah. Finally, a day without women. Yeah. Hilarious. Hilarious. He talks about it on Joe Rogan a lot too. If you
Yeah.
and Joe Rogan thinks it's hilarious also, but because it is. It's pretty
Joe
funny.
Rogan says way crazier shit than that, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But so Colin Moriarty goes on to do his own political channel, which out of all the subjects, all the like academic subjects like math and social studies or
History's interesting.
Yeah, I like history, or science or chemistry. History would be one of the most interesting to me. So I liked his channel, and I went. What are you giving me that look for?
Because you said history is. Never mind.
Just keep going. You liked
Okay.
his channel?
Just,
Yeah.
Colin's
our
Last Stand,
opinion.
by
So-
the way. Go check it out.
Yeah, I like his channel. So I watched several videos. There's some that aren't interesting to me. I can't really
It's
remember the
deep
not
cut
interesting
history
ones.
stuff,
Yeah,
though. It's like, oh, okay.
yeah.
It's
But
for
he-
a specific audience.
Right.
Very specific.
An audience he obviously doesn't have.
right. Well,
I mean,
no,
it's
he
like-
does. He does.
He came
his
from
Patreon.
gaming.
His Patreon, like that. Several thousands of
Right.
his followers followed him over.
They
to
did,
that.
but here's my what you say because his Patreon did kill it when he started. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing this. It's gonna be awesome." Patreon crushed it.
Right.
He went and he asked
Overnight.
but he asked those same Patreon people. They're like, "Hey, I've been hearing a lot of talk from the community. Maybe I should stop doing this."
I don't think he's going to stop doing.
Well,
it,
he's not
though.
gonna stop doing it. But he's like, "But maybe I need to get back into what I was doing."
Right.
Where he got
That's what
all
said.
of his
It's like,
following
it's like a 2-page letter. It's pretty good. We're not gonna read it now, obviously.
We're not. I just wanted to read a little.
But yeah, while you look that up,
Excerpt
but
from
he
it,
asked
yeah.
them. He was like, "Hey, what do you think I should do?" 91% of those people were like, "Yeah, go back to games." You know what I mean? Like they weren't.
That's why they followed.
Oh, so that's it. They weren't
Right.
supporting
They
him
just
because of
assumed
the
he was-
history thing. They thought he would tie it in more or something. But 91% of those people had no interest in what he was saying.
And
Basically.
history is a really thing you either hate it or love it. I feel like
Right.
it's either really boring or you're just super fascinated by it.
Yeah.
So
Which one are you, Eric?
boring. But I've also had baseball coaches for all my teachers. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's why I've just always hated history.
says things they don't care. That's I was,
It's interesting. It's not something that I want to be forced to learn.
Right.
I don't want to have to know the.
It's like
dates of
optional.
everything. I don't
It's-
have to know the names of everybody that's ever been.
I'd like I'd like to get the big picture. This happened because around blank. I don't need.
Well, have you watched any of the videos?
Yes.
You have. Have
I've
you?
watched one.
He
It's
gets
his first because I want to see
He
what it was
explains it
about.
really
and I was
well.
like, this is not really
no,
what
he's
I want,
yeah,
which
but
is fine.
It's
just
good.
Not what
It's
I
just it's
wanted.
not gonna make him money either.
Right. Well, it has been making you money.
Not a lot.
The reason I gave you that look is I was a little bit confused. Did you say he's not doing social studies?
What do you mean?
Well, history
Well, he's still.
is-
What happens? He was a very.
I was just naming subjects.
But that's what he's doing. He has been doing history and social studies and political science.
He's worked for IGN.
So
it's
that's
kind
why
of
he is
funny.
doing those social studies, basically.
Basically.
He branched
But
off
he-
from
I
gaming.
thought you said he wasn't
Yeah.
doing social
No,
studies,
no.
and I was like, I thought that's what you literally just said.
Just
you weren't.
naming. I was just
No,
naming.
that's. I mean,
subjects.
he's probably still going to do some of it. He's once. It'll be a more serious channel than kind of.
It was
Ryan
fine because
was.
he would like bring it up sometimes during their
Which was
stuff, and
great. I
that
think
that
it-
was the amount of history I don't mind. I don't
Yeah.
want to sit through a full podcast
Right.
of history.
And I liked his. He did a short show with them the 3 weeks before he left called Colin Was Right. That was awesome. God,
Yeah.
it was so good. So fucking.
A
good.
lot of
It's
people like that.
It's like, man, if you just did more of that, hell yes.
Anything
Thank
Colin
you.
added to any Game Over Greggy or P.S. I Love You or Colin's Last Stand was great. Was
Right.
why I watched it, really.
Right. No, he's awesome. I'm just saying is that this.
Not that
content's
everybody else
not
is.
what anybody wants.
Yeah. But I don't think it's coming anytime soon, really. So I'm just
Said
going to read this
beginning of next
small.
month.
Really? He said, I don't know what this means for me jumping back into games and what it'll look like, although figuring that out is occupying much of my bandwidth lately. I don't know what form it will take, how it will be delivered, or anything else. What I do know that your response has made me even more excited than I was previously, and that's saying something.
Did you read the whole thing? Though?
Yeah,
He-
I've read
he-
that. I'm not gonna
he-
read the whole thing right now,
he
but I did,
alludes
yeah.
to it being in the next couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, and he goes on to say he has no idea. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, he's just saying he has no idea how he's going
doesn't know
to
what it's
present
gonna
this
look like.
content, or what it's going to look like.
I bet it's
Yeah,
going to
so
look like, a lot like Colin Was Right, which is
Yeah.
fine. I just don't know.
him and one other guest probably, or
Well,
Hey,
when he was
guys,
doing.
real quick. Can you explain what his previous content was about? We know his
I'm
new
sorry.
thing was history, but I
Yeah,
honestly have no clue.
he worked for IGN for the better part of a decade,
Okay.
and he got his job there doing guide writing, and then from that he got put on the PlayStation team. So he's been covering.
well, he was the head editor at IGN.
yeah on the guides and a bunch of other stuff. And then him and Greg Miller, if you're familiar with his content.
You've seen the kind of funny videos.
Right,
that
we're put in
She
charge.
said he hasn't. He said
doesn't.
he hasn't.
But anyway, they were put in charge of PlayStation for IGN, and this is where I first kind of interacted with them, is through their PlayStation podcast Beyond. That was great.
Beyond!
It was awesome.
That was
Lots of
IGN, yeah.
Yeah, lots of that, and they were great. But then they left because, frankly, Greg Miller was getting kind of low-key nerd famous and figured he could make more money on his own than he did
Wasn't
with
that
them.
when IGN was getting kind of shitty? Like, a lot of people were leaving and complaining
not so
about
much that it was
IGN.
shitty. I think it was just like the people who were in, it's called a high school. The people who were in their class that kind of worked their way out, and they realized they were the oldest dudes there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they left because it kind of a changing the guard / Greg Miller was getting famous.
Just kind of
as shit.
outgrowing.
Yeah,
that.
and so they moved on to a separate situation where they were still doing video game content as well as more random shit like we're doing right now. And then, God, they've kind of gotten back to a whole lot of video game stuff lately. Game Over Greg is about the only thing they don't do. Like the
Video
Daily
game
Show,
coverage on?
the Daily Show.
I do like their
guess.
daily gaming one.
I
Well,
like
the
that
Daily
one.
Show was Colin and
That's
Greg
what
live,
it was.
right?
Yeah, it used to be Colin and Greg live, and then
Which is great. Watched it every morning.
it was weird. Like, if he left, what was it, 6 months ago he left? 7
Has it
months
been that
maybe?
long?
Either way,
Yeah,
6
it's
or
been
7
a while.
months ago he left. About a month before that, they changed the name of Colin and Greg live to the kind of funny
Morning
show. So started getting more of the guys that are
Nick Scarpino,
involved in
Tim
that.
Geddes.
Right, in that show, and then soon after that he was gone. So like I kind of wonder what was going on longer than just this tweet that made him leave. But basically he's just been making video content for the last 14 years, Cam.
Yeah.
And then
a lot of everything, but kind of got real big with the PlayStation.
the
Yeah,
video,
and then he left to do like history
And then-
stuff,
yeah,
and people followed him. But I mean, they followed him from IGN mostly.
Right, they've been following him forever. It was people like us. It wasn't.
He's a cool guy, so I mean, I can see why. Like, oh well, I can do
Yeah.
some history stuff, but I think they still wanted him to do gaming.
Like I said, 91% of the people who were supporting him were like, "No, seriously, dude, go back to what you do," because like he's a very intelligent human
Oh, yeah,
being.
no, he
Like every time he's talking,
He definitely
he's
was
like,
the
"Holy
smartest
shit,
one on
You were
Kinda Funny."
you're so fucking smart, and he's got. I don't necessarily line up 100% with all of his politics, but when he tells you about them, it makes sense. Like he doesn't just yell at you his politics, but he was. It's controversial is not the right word, but he's very outspoken, and he's not on the left like most of the gaming community is, I would say. And so like.
but he would give valid points.
Yeah, but he was
Behind it.
outspoken, so he'd be talking about games and he would tie it back into history because that was kind of who he was as a person, and so he wanted to be like, well, this is my passion, I guess. It's not video games. I want to pursue this.
And he had a degree, I believe, from what
I forget where he went, man.
something in Boston, something Eastern University. Forgot,
Right,
but a very prestigious history degree.
but that's what his degree was in, and then what happened
What
was
what
he
did he go for
interned.
that?
He interned with IGN when he was 18, graduated, and got the job, like just like that. So like it's all he's ever known. So he wanted to go down this road. And I would argue that did not work out so well.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. At least,
Well, I think
right?
he's doing just fine, but
No, he's doing just fine. But I think doing just fine and watching what was your other company kind of grow. Because there for a while, I would argue they got real stagnant while he was.
Well, because they split and people kind of like went their separate
Right,
ways on
but-
who they were with.
But then kind of funny was like, oh, this isn't
Northeastern
working.
University.
Northeastern, yeah, and they doubled down on video game content. In my opinion, this is what they saw. They're like, hey, this isn't going the way
well,
it was.
that's where they
when
got
Colin
all
was
their
here.
followers from was IGN
So, yeah,
and PlayStation.
so they doubled
One.
down. They doubled down hard, and I think it's worked out for him. I really like the Daily Show he'd mentioned.
Yeah.
I
And
listened
they've
Who's
to
that
hired
girl that
3 new
comes-
That's
people.
Andrea Renee.
Andrea Renee. I watched a lot with her, and I like her a lot. I wish
She's
so,
excellent.
But
Is
she
it
has
red
her own
hair?
podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Red hair?
She's
She has
on.
her own-
She's from What's Good Games.
Yeah.
It's her and a couple.
She does
of-
IGN stuff too, I think.
She's like kind of just a personality, I guess, that people pay to host things. It's like, hey, you're super hot and work in video games. Like, come do this expo. Come do this. So like, that's really more of what she does. I think. Technically, she was a GameStop employee forever. Like, if you were going into a GameStop, and you know they have the GameStop television,
Yeah.
she was on that for years.
Cool.
So that was like her come up, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like that was where she started getting exposure, and then from there she kind of does her own thing with like 3 or 4 other girls on What's Good Games. Yeah,
You're just as pretty.
yeah.
Except for that nose ring.
Except for fucking nose
It's
ring.
the one thing they'll make you take out.
But yeah. So then she got the job. It's not even like a job. She's not like a part of Kind of Funny, but she's on 3 times a week, I think.
It sounds like she's part of Kind of Funny then.
Yeah, but she's.
They've
They've
she's
hired
a-
like 4 people since
Well,
Colin's
yeah,
been on.
they bought him out, I guess.
Yeah.
And so like, or he bought him They got money from it.
Right.
I think, fuck, it doesn't matter. The point is like they hired her, Andy Cortez, who's great. I love his work.
Cool, Greg. Tim Getty's older brother.
Yeah.
Greg
Did they
Geddes.
really hire him? I thought he was already kind
he's
of.
on staff now. It's fascinating how they run their business. I've been looking at it because we need to fucking do that shit.
Yep.
That's what we gotta be. I guess that's the thing. If he was like, hey, what do you guys want to do? What kind of fun he's doing? That's what I'd sure love to fucking do. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like a bunch of dumb shit and video games would be fucking rad.
Would be.
But yeah, Danny O'Dwyer was working with them for a while. He quit. Gary Wood is with them now. He's pretty cool if you haven't seen him before.
Yeah. Speaking of hot girls in video games, Naomi Kyle just left IGN.
Yeah, crazy.
Moving
A
to
lot
LA.
of Pierce took her job.
Oh, yeah, Alana Pierce is doing the Fix now, which is awesome. I love Alana Pierce.
I like the Fix a lot though.
She's awesome.
Every day I watch the
She's
Fix.
so great. So is Naomi. But it didn't say what she was leaving for. She's just moving to LA to
Just doing hot girl stuff.
probably gonna
Stuff that we wouldn't understand.
Something we'll never understand.
Just wake up in the morning, do whatever they want, make money.
You can't explain to me what's going on her wall.
Film yourself finger painting.
Yeah.
People just.
She does that,
that's
actually.
what
No, she literally
Her
does.
streams
People
are great.
donate money. I
Her
was like, I don't
streams are great.
understand that.
Her streams are great. I watch them.
Apparently, he's
Her-
donating.
that's like their
I
own
once
story.
watched her on Instagram Live just eat a salad, and it was great.
Just eating a salad.
It was awesome. It was so great.
Oh, that hurts my insides.
That was good.
It was awesome. That was content that she was putting out that I supported.
I get it.
That I support.
I clicked over to her stream once.
Yeah, she was
She's
just
like,
like
"You
in
come
the
into my stream." I thought she was playing a
IGN
game.
cafeteria.
Yeah.
Eating a salad.
And I want to check out her stream, and she's like, "Yeah, so I'm drawing balloons." And I was like, "Nope, done. I'm sorry, I can't do this." But like, it was like a crowded stream.
No, there's a
The
lot
chat
of
was like,
people.
"Draw the
There's-
red balloon."
Well, she's actually she's actually a talented artist.
no,
though.
she
Artiste.
she's a guy. She's got skills.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and watch anybody draw.
Right.
I'll be like, "Hey, cool, it's great."
Or
Thank
eat
you
a
for showing
salad
me your
for
art."
that
Or eat a salad.
It's a
Well,
lot.
There's very few human beings on this earth I would watch eat a salad. I don't think Naomi Kyle.
Naomi Kyle is definitely
I
one of
don't
them.
even know if
for me.
there's
Who would you
anybody.
watch? Who would you
In the
watch eat a
least
salad?
creepy way.
Eric
No,
watched
in
me
the-
eat a salad.
I did watch Cam eat a
Yeah,
salad.
technically you did what.
Who would you get on the internet just to watch eat a salad? I guess that's the
I
question.
don't know if there's anyone.
Like a big salad.
Thanks for specifying.
What kind of salad?
Jessica Negri.
Jessica Negri.
Jessica Negri.
I
Yeah,
might
see
see,
her
but then I'm
Blizz-
not even watching the salad. Does
Did
that
you
really
see her
count?
BlizzCon cosplay, by the way?
What?
I did not.
It was
I didn't
awesome.
see her.
It was awesome. I'll
Yeah,
pull up a
it's-
picture
that's
for you.
pretty good.
Salad's just not something I'm just
I'm
like,
just asking.
God, girl, you're looking so healthy
You would
right
want-
now.
she
Looking so healthy.
She was
You would watch
answering
somebody eat?
questions
I know
and
you'd
stuff,
watch somebody
too.
eat. Yeah, no, she was cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that it is weird that she's gone because again, it was one of those things that I didn't.
She's been there for 6.5 years.
Something like that.
People tune in to watch her eat a salad.
Sure, she
They
just
wanna
happened
watch
to be
her eat
eating a salad.
Same thing. Like if Jessica Negri's eating a salad, you're not watching. The
I wouldn't even
That's not
watch
really
that. If she like,
You know
even
what
if
I
she
mean?
was answering questions, it'd have to be more than that.
Yeah.
Because
That's my point. What's this?
I don't know what character that is, but
who'd she play?
she looks
as?
good.
Who'd she cosplay? As?
Red hair elf. Oh, she played as the elf from the
From
cover of
Marvel?
the first game that has a little like
What game?
dragon.
The little fucking snake guy. Like,
Yeah. Like the
We're back
first
in
WoW
WoW.
cinematic
Oh
ever.
wow. Okay, I was like,
No,
did
this is
give.
Alex Strauss, boys. This is the dragon that the new
whatever the fuck.
game.
Fucking
the
nerd.
new
Goddamn
hero is.
I know.
Nerd.
Oh, I'm Cam, and I know
Nerd.
Fucking, that's what you sound like.
I've been playing World of Warcraft for 10
Who's
years.
the only, who's playing WoW right now?
Since way back before BC was out.
BC.
And TOK and
Yeah, so,
Remember
What?
the Lich.
If you're gonna
They're
insult
so-
him, at least get it right.
sorry, I'm informed on all subjects. Okay.
Sorry, I know everything.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's really dope.
Yeah, I mean that costumes. She made that all of
Because I
herself
follow her
too.
on Instagram.
Pretty
I know
crazy.
she doesn't make all of her costumes anymore 'cause she's so busy with.
I'm pretty
cons.
sure she
She
makes
makes
the
a lot of
majority of them herself.
Well, she used to. I watched the thing, so it was like an interview with her, and this was like a year or two ago when she was on Rooster Teeth's podcast.
The Always Open podcast. That was maybe 6-7 months ago.
It was one of the. Well, she was on both podcasts, so but I don't remember which one it was on. But she was talking about how she's so busy that she kind of has to get help from people, and that was
Yeah.
like a year ago.
See, I follow
think,
her
when
on
she was on there.
Instagram, and sometimes you'll see her actually making the molds and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so
she
still
definitely used
does
to
a
make
lot of
every
it.
single one of them, but
It is nuts, though.
she goes to a con
good at
like
it,
every
too.
week.
She
I
is
think.
talented.
We'll throw a photo of what we're looking up on
Yeah, probably.
for the viewers. Yeah.
For the
For
people.
For science.
For the
Sorry,
people. Just let you know what's going on.
World of Warcraft. You know.
Sexiness. Is that
Yeah,
what it
just sexy Warcraft.
is?
Sexy walker.
Yeah, but do you guys know much about Alana Pierce?
I do.
No,
She's a
I don't know.
fascinating
I
personality.
think she's pretty.
No,
I
I mean,
don't really know anything about her.
See, I heard about her before she started
She's
working at
Australian.
IGN.
Yeah, she worked
Because-
at several small little gaming.
All out of Australia. No, but I
Yeah.
heard of her because
Radio stations
it was
and
on
stuff like that.
BuzzFeed because she was a gaming personality or whatever. Some like 13 or 14-year-old kid got in her DMs, was like, "Hey, I want to rape you."
Oh, yeah.
crazy shit. And so instead of like freaking out about it, she screenshot it all, sent it to the kid's mom. All over Facebook. I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah,
so she
that's
took
what I
the
would
job,
do.
and I was like, "All right, word, yeah."
She's cool.
There you go.
Well, she was doing like a lot
Get
of
fucked, you creepy
unboxing.
bastard.
Because I follow her on YouTube as well, and she was kind of explaining her new position at IGN, and she was explaining also what she does already.
Yeah.
And she edits like 10 videos a week.
Yeah,
like half
she-
of those for IGN, and a couple
Yeah,
for
she does
Patreon,
her own
for a
personal
YouTube
stuff.
channel.
She's in charge of Let's Plays through 2 of the podcasts
Yeah.
on IGN.
So this girl who's busy as hell has a whole career, does 10 videos a week, and we have 5 people who can't do 2 a week.
Yeah,
We've got
basically.
yeah, pretty much.
She's also in California.
She's
The
also-
sun's always
she's also getting
shining.
paid full time to do it. Like in
Right.
fairness,
Yeah.
like
If this
I'm
is-
gonna go
We're
home.
getting paid full time to do this as well.
What are you talking about?
What? We don't get any
Is someone
money at
paying
all.
you?
I go home. I go home and edit 2 videos before I go to bed. I'm up till 3 this morning.
And then cry about it.
Yo, and then bitch and moan.
Yeah.
Then go to school tomorrow at 9.
Yeah, for life.
Good for her for being motivated, you know?
Yeah.
I wish I could channel some of that sometimes.
Just harness that energy.
Yeah.
It's easier being hot. I'm sure it was easy.
Jesus
You
Christ.
can't lie to me that a
No,
girl
like,
that is
look.
pretty as her has not helped her get along. Not that she is not talented in what she does, but you're full of shit if you think it's
No, it's
that.
like, I'm not gonna sit here and argue about how or why she got her first job, but he did say she is editing like a ton of videos.
Yeah,
for the
that's what I'm
company.
saying.
Like,
I was going to send this to her, maybe tag her in this, but maybe not anymore.
This is devolved.
Yeah,
Eric,
a little
Eric
bit.
just called her out like this.
Jesus.
You're hot, and that's why you're working
Yeah.
in the industry.
That's why you got a job at
There are
IGN.
plenty of girls
Patriarchy.
that do the
Fuck
same
yeah.
thing that she does that just aren't as hot.
yeah.
I
Well-
mean, it just sucks. Just how life is. Life's tough.
The way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
That's why none of us have a future. That's why
Yeah,
we're hot.
we don't have a hot girl in here. It's gonna
Here's the
hurt
thing. I
us.
bet if we shaved Zach down and got him some boobs, hot as fuck. Get him a wig,
Some boobs?
tits,
Yeah, some
shave
boobs.
the beard.
We're gonna make you a girl.
Good to go,
Make you a
You'd,
star.
you'd be our clickbait.
Hey, it's 2017, you can bet whatever you want to be.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Don't let them talk down to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, Cam.
And I support
I
you.
wouldn't say we're talking down to him. We're actually
I was encouraging
inspiring
Trying to
him.
build me up.
I was
Yeah.
Inspiring him
I was
to be
trying
the
to
beautiful
change-
lady that he
Trying to
is.
change his whole perspective on life.
Yeah.
He can get farther or weirder.
This reminds me of the porn tape I was actually going to do for the
Oh, okay, I
the
was
podcast.
wondering where we're going with
The
this.
Remember that we jokingly,
Okay.
I stress, jokingly talked about a
Oh
porn
yeah,
tape
yeah,
we were going to create.
Throw some porn out, put on the Pornhub, plug our channel from Pornhub. I
Right.
remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You gotta try everything.
Views.
Put yourself out there, man. It's,
Yeah.
it's good to have your own little spot on the internet.
Uh-huh.
You know?
You gotta
Porn-
have
Sounds like
You
he's
gotta
down
have
for
a
being
niche.
the wig and the
I guess
boobs.
things could get
But
strange.
I thought
I don't
Dustin
need any of that.
volunteered to be in that with you.
I think you did.
Well, 2017, you know.
That
good
category
times.
gets a bunch of traffic
Yeah.
on the
Oh
Pornhub.
shit.
So
Maybe.
Yeah, but I don't think that would get a lot of views towards this.
This channel.
who
I
knows?
don't know. Views are views. Subs
Yeah.
are subs. I don't discriminate.
Have our
Subs.
intro at the beginning of it.
I don't discriminate subscribers. at all.
Hardcore casual.
That'd be good.
Even kind of works.
Hardcore casual.
Followed by a disclaimer. All the models here are 18.
yeah. Yeah. Oh
That'd be a
God.
terrible video. I
Yeah.
would not watch that video.
No.
I would
I'd
not
watch it
support
with
that.
I wouldn't. either.
Would you really?
No.
You would watch it?
No.
You would watch it?
Nah. Well,
Curiosity
This-
killed the
no,
cat.
Here's a scenario, Cam, and I want you to answer this question for me, honestly.
I will answer.
You're in Zach's room.
I-
I don't know why you're in there alone. Think of this scenario on your own. You find a DVD on his nightstand. It says don't watch. So you take it back to your room. You put it in.
Of course.
It's Zach's sex tape.
Yeah.
Do you finish the movie?
Do I finish it?
Do you finish the
Do
movie?
you finish?
I don't
No.
know.
Do you finish?
This is the question.
Do you
It's
finish
like,
to it
Yeah, yeah,
or to
that's
finish the
Solid
movie?
note, Eric.
No, what I'm saying is like you put it in, it comes up, you're like, oh god, there's Zach's dick. Does it get turned off, or do you keep watching? Is the question.
Like, are we talking like I watched the whole movie? No.
You are allowed 3 skip throughs. So you can like
You would fast forward a little ways to see what's going on. But do you?
Who's the
Fi-
other person in the video? Do
5
I know
minutes?
Because
Right.
that might change things.
Yeah, that does change things a lot.
If it was a random person, I would not care. I would just
like
like
if Eric is in there, I'm watching the whole thing.
no, it's
Sure.
yeah,
I
'cause
would-
I'm bringing in all the views.
In fairness, I would
bringing-
watch it. I would watch. That'd be curious, I guess.
Curiosity killed the cat,
Wait,
man.
wait, wait. You're
I'd have
gonna
to
watch
hold
the
it over
entire thing?
I would.
Or you're
like,
gonna like do the skim through.
I would wait. I would like
Oh, no, it'd be
scrub
a skim
ahead,
through,
scrub
but I'll
ahead,
still
scrub
click
ahead. Wait for the moment where it's like, hey, how funny is this? Or like the joke comes out until you guys high five afterwards. Like I'd want to see how that ends. You know?
And there's no
It's
high
like,
five. And
I was like, are you looking each other in the eye at this point?
Oh, so this is still Dustin that we're talking
No,
about.
this is
No,
you.
Eric.
This is
Oh, me and Eric.
Yeah.
Apparently,
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's me, then
He would
Aaron's
watch for
gonna
sure.
watch.
Yeah,
the-
If it was some
well,
random
I'm
girl.
not like I'm not watching. I'm not like putting it in slow mo.
It's
or
the
anything like that.
stash.
But I'm skipping through the whole video to make sure it is what I think it is,
Yeah.
and then I can hold it over your head for the rest of your life.
That is good. I had a buddy who thought about doing webcam porn, right? He's like, oh, it'd be great.
No way.
Make
That
a
doesn't
little-
really work for guys,
No, not
does it?
Trevor. No, but he's going to do it with his now wife.
Oh, nice.
And,
Whoa.
Oh, I know who it is.
yeah.
I already said that I knew who it was.
Was he at the wedding? Was it this guy's wedding?
No,
No.
he was not.
I only
You've
met
met
him
him,
once.
though, I think.
No, he hasn't.
Has he not?
It was when we went out for.
He's come out a couple. The
Yeah.
point is he's going to do webcam porn with his now wife.
Uh huh.
I was like, that's a great idea. What's the link?
Go
And
on.
he was like, no, dude, I'm not going to give you the link. And I was like, if you're doing webcam porn, poor strangers, give me the fucking link. Because like, we're gonna get weird. You know what I mean? Like, you need to understand.
Now, would you want the link just to make fun of him, or would you support him?
I would plug him or whatever.
Yeah,
For
$5.
sure.
Throw him $5.
Right, whatever.
Your
You know
name
what I mean?
comes
But,
up on it.
I think that's why I was
Kyler
like,
Real donated.
right. It would ruin the experience a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we got a $5 tip. You user Kyler. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I would.
That
do
would be
it.
hilarious.
Right, and so he never did it because
And that day, they just shut down like, I think we're done for the day. We've had
yeah,
enough.
yeah. So that's why it never happened. Is I think like the reality of people seeing it.
Yeah.
I do think that's something you usually don't tell people that you know because it's kind of a private thing for strangers.
We know a girl who was gonna do it, and she told everybody she knew.
To be fair, she's someone that wouldn't care.
Oh, yeah, let's not say her name, but am I thinking
no.
about the same person?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
The
yeah.
one person that
I'm
popped into your
pretty
head.
sure I can. Get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Let's
yeah,
not start guessing
I'm not
because it
going
won't
to.
take
But,
very many.
But some people are totally different. Like with me, it's like, yeah, totally comfortable webcam porn. If nobody I knew was gonna see it, for sure.
Would you show your face?
It's too much of a risk.
Like, here's the thing: white dude, glasses, beard. There's hundreds of thousands of us right now.
It's true.
Okay.
Your tattoos would give you away so quick.
Wear a long sleeve shirt, just no pants.
Yeah, yeah.
Just one
Straight
sleeve.
Winnie the Pooh this shit.
Hey, no,
Winnie,
wear a hoodie.
why you gotta turn that into
T-shirt,
it's
no
a
pants.
kids-
You knew
kids
exactly what
movie.
I meant.
Yeah,
no,
it is.
wear a hoodie.
Yeah, it is.
You just said Winnie the Pooh this year.
A, red, a solid red long sleeve
Yeah.
tee.
Woo.
I'd
That'd be the tag too, because I know people are looking for Pooh Bear porn. You know what I mean? Winnie the Pooh laying pipe. They'd be like, "What's
the
this?"
sickening thing is, I bet it exists.
Oh, for sure. I'm
Oh,
surely
yeah.
somebody.
That's
looking
definitely
for
like the
Pooh
least
shit.
like.
That happened
nasty.
And I feel like I
weird
always
shit.
see Family Guy porn, like in the ads.
34.
already. Oh, we're in there.
Huh?
What? I see. I heard this for the first
Is that
time
an
the
ad?
other
Is
day.
that a site? Rule
What is that?
34?
34. If you just Google Rule 34, basically Rule 34.
I was told
is
not to.
If
I've been
there
told not to as
is-
well.
Is your microphone turned on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. And
If-
you don't have the headset on, which is scaring me also, but whatever.
That's right.
Which frightens me.
If it exists, there's porn of it.
Rule 30. So that's the rule.
Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it.
Really?
If there could be porn of it, there's porn of it.
This is fair. It
Whether it's drawn, whatever, animated, doesn't matter. There's porn.
right.
Land Before Time.
For
it's
sure.
definitely.
100%.
So
Like,
for sure.
I don't even have to
How
look
for
that
sure?
up.
I mean, I've seen ads where it's like different cartoon
So I'm seeing-
films
I always
and
see
movies we've
Family
grown
Guy.
up with that. I've just.
Or Family Guy.
Land- I'm so
everything
sure
from
Land Before
South
Time's
Park
got
to
one.
Simpsons to Family Guy to Rick and Morty to Disney movies.
So you're
whatever.
naming everything
There's a
in
Disney
recent, though.
movie thing
No,
about
I mean
like I've
everything
seen.
ever. Think of it. You can find the porn for it.
No,
for
yeah,
sure.
no, I'm even talking about a soccer ball. There's
Right.
porn of soccer balls.
Yeah, for sure.
Soccer ball porn.
I'm not saying you would be into the Land Before Time porn, but I'm telling you it's there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It exists.
I challenge you guys to find something that's not.
Yeah.
That does not have porn.
Mom, Dad, go for it.
Yeah.
Spend your
Like, yes, I learned
spend your
I learned my
weeknights.
parents watched this last week. That's the thing I learned. So now we're deep into this shit.
Land Before Time porn?
No, on this show.
Oh, okay.
What?
Really, your parents?
Yeah.
Your parents
Things
like it,
get
huh?
weird at the
Yeah,
Regal
yeah.
How
household.
do they sub?
I don't know if my dad knows how to say.
Right. See, I showed my parents too. My mom was like, "Oh, cute,"
Yeah, my
and my
dad-
dad just doesn't know
My
what the
dad
fuck
saw
we're
last week.
talking
I
about
don't
or
think my
what we're
mom
doing.
watches it on account of my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like what I
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
No, my dad constantly like tells me about things in the video.
Yeah.
Like
that's-
what? What are some things that he mentioned?
How's he gonna feel about this? 'Cause I've-
stuff. He'll be like, oh yeah, you guys talked about that in a little podcast
Huh.
that we did and stuff.
No
like
way.
that all the time.
It's nice to have support.
Yeah.
It was
My
kinda
parents don't
nice.
use the internet really unless they need to Google something.
I think it was my
I
own
think
fault. I was just sharing some videos this week, and I think just Trevin said something. It's like, yeah, Kyler had a pretty good video. And Dad's like, yeah, I saw it, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. Yeah,
It should sell.
At
Do
least
they have
people are
YouTube
watching.
accounts?
Probably not.
Because I also told you how he.
That is true. I don't think my
criticized
parents
us about
have a
the
YouTube
Yeah.
account.
Yeah, he did.
Remember the
Yeah.
first thing he
Now
told
he's
me?
really gonna criticize
Yeah,
about the
the
lighting.
first-
It
different
fucking looks
We
shitty.
gotta work on that. We gotta get that done. We
And
need
I-
jobs.
We've downgraded.
I was like, hey, Dad, like, let me borrow your studio.
I didn't think that was
Speaking of-
possible.
Speaking of downgrading and upgrading, we are gonna try and upgrade next week. I think. My
Go
buddy,
on.
My buddy Graydon and Enid gave me some advice. We're gonna try that.
Back home.
Yeah, back home.
Go on. Do you want to?
We're gonna
keep
get
a surprise?
We're getting the nitty gritty. We're
a
gonna
surprise.
change cameras. I'm gonna try and do some stuff with audio that's new. Should be fun. I'm excited about it. But that stuff gets me excited.
Yeah.
Spend all day trying to fuck with it.
Absolutely.
Hey, does he have better lighting we could borrow?
Yeah, we're still not there. I think the camera's going to help because right now we're just losing pixels. We're going to get nitty gritty here. We're losing so many pixels. This camera's great, but like we're probably posting it. Like
Not getting
720.
a good stash.
Why is that?
Well, because of the way this capture card works, I've got to chop off the top, half inch of this video. That's just wasted pixels. So you're going to chop that and then spread out the pixels we've got, and we're at lower quality. So what I'm going to do is get this webcam reviewed fantastically for like $60. I had my buddy make a video of it, send it to me. Wow. It's a step in the right direction.
Really?
Yeah. So we're going to get the webcam, put it on the tripod, run it through the OBS, where I'm going to take some stuff, compressors specifically, because some folks don't know how to speak into a microphone. Fucking over here on
Right.
sound.
Yeah, this jackass
Yeah,
over here.
doesn't
You
know
can't
how-
see him, but
Yeah, doesn't know how to do that. So I'm going to do is I'm going to jack his volume all the way the fuck up and then sound gate him. So he's just going to be at a steady level even though his microphone's. It's like a whole thing. But
Yeah,
I'm excited about
makes
it.
sense.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm excited for it too.
Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, you guys want to comment on Colin's return or
I'm excited to see
Naomi's
what he does.
departure?
'Cause, Colin's return specific. I'm excited to see what he does. I loved him on PS I Love You. I liked his input on anything he's ever been on.
Right.
Now that he's doing some content I'm actually interested in, fuck yeah. You got me back.
Yeah. Me too. I'm super excited. I try to watch some of his history videos, ones that look important to
They're
me.
long.
But they're good, man. Especially,
And they're well produced.
and I mean this with love, great to fall asleep to also. Great to fall asleep to.
Sure. But do you finish it? I guess that's
Yeah, I mean I finished a lot of them too, but then I just start
Right.
a playlist of them and
just
it's a soothing voice of
He's got
politics
a good
and history.
tone. Here's
Yeah?
a fun fact. I listened to them for almost a year
Uh-huh.
before I ever saw a picture of him. All audio podcasts
Really?
That was Beyond or
on Beyond, and then even the beginning of Kind of Funny, I didn't watch their
do they
content.
film? Do they video?
I mean, I
now?
know they do more recently. I don't know if they did back then.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was sure Colin was Greg and vice versa for like a year. And then I watched my first video and I was like, oh, God, I've been backwards as fuck. Because I'd seen like pictures of him because it was like thumbnails.
Oh, so you thought a picture of Colin was Greg?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now you put on the fucking headphones. Now that the episode's about to end.
This fucking guy.
You
I just
slay
wanted
me.
to make sure this wasn't wasted 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Wait
well,
till the end.
anyways, we're gonna end that episode
God,
there.
what a train wreck.
Damn it, I forgot to plug the subs and
Do
stuff
it again.
at the
I need
At
more
the-
stashes.
at the
so we
end
need
of
more
it,
subs.
but,
I was gonna say, I
yeah.
want to keep Eric in a mustache until the day we fucking die.
Absolutely.
At some point, Eric's gonna have to grow a mustache. He's gonna get tired of me taking this marker and
can't.
drawing a
No,
fucking.
right now I
mustache.
can't. I've got this.
He's gonna figure it out. I learned a trick. You
I
take
can
a
grow a
toothbrush-
really gross looking mustache that
I
we're
think
not
so.
gonna
I
put
think
I think
on.
that's great. You take yourself a toothbrush, right? And you're gonna hit the area that's fucking not growing hair. Because what facial hair is.
I'm starting to get it now a little bit.
Well, see, what facial hair is for dudes is it's protecting you from things that aggravate it. So if you aggravate your skin just a little bit, your body's gonna want to grow hair there. True story.
Does it work on your head by chance?
I don't think so, too. And fucking anime over here. Can't even grow a fucking mustache.
Yeah, no.
What
God,
about
you're such
this
a
region?
Live
piece of
shitty.
shit.
Are you liking hair down there?
So Cam doesn't have pubes?
No, I'm just saying.
Is that like an Asian thing?
Actually, Asians
I think
don't
it
have
is.
very much body hair.
I think it is an
Most
Asian-
Is that
Asians
for
that I've
real?
met.
Cam, take your shirt off.
Take your pants off, Cam.
Take your pants off. Cam.
We got some good soccer
Let's
ball
see,
porn
let's see
for
a
you.
dick. Give us a second.
No, I'm just. I feel like, especially recently, this area hasn't been getting any
Has it been good?
aggravation. So
Has it been getting? Here's my question: is it getting gray, and you think the change in color is maybe what you can't see? Cam's got gray pubes, and if we take a toothbrush to your face, maybe you can grow a mustache. That's what we learned.
I can grow a mustache. It's just real gross. It's not full. It's pretty. It's
Make it
pretty
happen.
nasty.
Here's a fun thing. Little shout out for Trev. He can't grow facial hair right here.
Too bad no one else can see.
Yeah, I call it a reverse Hitler.
Yeah.
He grows facial hair everywhere but where Hitler had a mustache.
I'm trying to think of a
Maybe he's
clever
reincarnated
way to put
Hitler.
that together, but I can't.
Maybe not. Some
Anyway.
Antichrist has bullshit.
Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up. Go ahead and send. We had a huge week of. Well, I would say huge for us. Huge week of
Everybody wants
subscribers.
this.
So
Feels
hell
good.
yeah.
Yeah, it felt good. Let's do it again. And if
absolutely.
we can't, I've got the confidence to do this for another few months on 12 subs in a
Yeah.
week. That
I got another episode or two in me.
felt nice.
That's
Felt
good. The confidence is high.
Right.
I got another episode.
Felt
All right.
nice.
Thanks, guys.